What if I told you that talent isn't something you're born with, but something you can develop? The book The Talent Code reveals that genius isn't innate, it's built. There's a specific formula for developing talent, and once you understand it, you can apply it to any skill you want to master. Let's break down what makes someone talented and how you can use these principles to transform yourself. Imagine you're a skilled player, dedicated and hardworking, but there's always one competitor who outperforms you. His name is Vikas. He's taller, stronger, and seems to have a natural edge over you. You follow the same training schedule, wake up at the same time, eat the same diet, and yet, you can never seem to beat him. It starts to feel like talent is an unfair advantage, something he was simply born with. You have an upcoming competition against him, and the fear of losing again keeps you up at night. Then, you and Vikas both get a mentor. Unlike you, Vikas believes he's already the best and doesn't need much improvement. You, on the other hand, are skeptical but willing to listen. Your mentor gives you 3 simple steps to follow consistently. Change your environment, study your mistakes, and develop discipline through structured practice. First, you transform your room into a space filled with inspiration. You put up posters of athletes who inspire you and immerse yourself in their mindset. Second, you and your mentor analyze past matches in slow motion, identifying where you and Vikas made mistakes. You take notes, track patterns, and figure out exactly where you need to improve. Third, you apply those lessons with disciplined action, adjusting and refining your skills every single day. 6 months later, the day of the match arrives. This time, you're not just competing, you're prepared. You know Vikas's weaknesses, his strengths, and his predictable moves. The match begins, and you notice something interesting. Vikas, overconfident in his talent, has not adapted. You, however, have improved every small detail of your game. And this time, you win. Vikas is shocked, but you know exactly what happened. It wasn't talent that made the difference, it was deliberate practice and a structured system of learning. This isn't just a fictional story. Something similar happened in 2007 in the NFL draft. 2 players were compared. One was a naturally talented athlete named Jamarcus Russell, and the other was Tom Brady. Russell had everything, size, strength, and raw ability, and was given a $60 million contract. But Brady had something more valuable. A mentor who helped him refine his technique, identify weaknesses, and build mental toughness. Russell, despite his natural ability, didn't last long. Brady, through disciplined training and continuous learning, became one of the greatest players of all time. The key lesson here? A mentor can accelerate your growth, but only if you are willing to put in the work. Before we get into the exact steps for becoming talented, there's an important concept you need to understand: the talent hotbed. Have you noticed that the best chess players often come from South India, especially Tamil Nadu? Or that Haryana produces some of the world's best wrestlers? And why does Bangalore have the highest number of successful startup founders? This phenomenon is known as a talent hotbed, where a specific region produces an unusually high number of experts in a particular skill. There are 4 key reasons why this happens. First, role models. When one person excels at something, others in the community look up to them and start believing it's possible. Second, a competitive community forms, where many people strive to reach the same goal. Third, intense practice follows, as individuals push each other to higher levels of skill. And fourth, access to high-quality feedback. In these environments, top-level coaches guide aspiring talents with precise corrections and insights. Simply being in the right environment isn't enough, though. To truly master a skill, you need to understand the science behind it, specifically, myelin and the 4 steps of deep practice. Your brain works like an electrical circuit, where signals travel through neurons. Imagine a wire covered in insulation. This insulation helps electricity move efficiently. In the brain, this insulation is called myelin. The more you practice a skill correctly, the more myelin wraps around those neural pathways, making your actions faster and more automatic. There are 2 key things to remember about myelin. First, it develops more quickly when you're young, but it never stops growing. No matter how old you are, you can still build skills, it just takes longer. Second, if you practice something incorrectly, you strengthen the wrong habit. That's why how you practice matters more than how much you practice. A fascinating study showcased this in a 13-year-old girl named Clarissa. She was an average student with no exceptional talent. But when she was asked to learn a complex jazz music piece, she mastered it in just 6 minutes, something that typically takes a month. Researchers broke down her process and found that she followed 4 crucial steps. She played the entire song once to understand it, then isolated the difficult parts and practiced them repeatedly. She didn't move on until she perfected each section, and she continued practicing even when she was tired. Now, let's summarize everything in a simple formula that you can apply to any skill. First, identify the right role models, people who have already achieved what you want. Study their habits, techniques, and mindset. Second, immerse yourself in an environment where people are striving for the same goal. Third, practice deliberately. Break skills into smaller parts, repeat them with full focus, and improve each mistake. And finally, seek high-quality feedback from a mentor who can correct your errors and accelerate your progress. Many people believe that talent is something you either have or you don't. But science and real-life examples prove otherwise. If you've ever felt like you weren't talented enough, now you know that talent is something you build, not something you're born with. Which lesson from this video resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you're serious about turning your goals into reality, check the link in the description for my exclusive mindset workshop. Remember, your potential is not fixed, your growth depends on what you choose to do today. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.